for the proof. I am teaching my body what it feels like to already be living my truth. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of everything good coming to me. I trust what's coming before I see it. I bloom in the dark before the sunrise. I am already whole. I am already free. I am already everything I need to be. I am not my habits. I am not my past. I am infinite potential. I am free at last. I break the pattern. I rise above. I choose myself. I choose love. I close my eyes and feel abundant. I open my heart and feel at peace. Every cell inside my body is receiving love right now. Every breath I take is healing me now. I am loved. I am seen. I am free. I am safe. I am new. I am whole. I am guided by my soul. I am enough. I have always been enough. I am enough right now. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of everything good coming to me. Good things. Hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever it is you're joining us from. Thank you for coming on our program this day. It's really been a very busy week for me and for every one of us in the initiative. It's been, the planning for the free skill acquisition coming up in August has actually been in top gear, and I want to say a big thank you to, the admin for doing the work. Welcome today, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here on this platform, we go by the name Young Women and Wives with Burdens and Blessings discussion platform, and we are an initiative that is solely out to ensure that the woman is made whole. A woman, even with her burdens, she also realizes that she carries blessings that will actually, that helps her, go through life without, feeling drowned or swallowed in her burdens. Thank you for joining us once more. Rosemary Henrize is my name, and I'm your host for tonight. I am not the speaker for tonight. The month of the month, the first quarter, the first half rather of the year 2026 just went by, and it's so amazing and so so much carried so much healing for us here, because this year in particular is our year of healing. And you want to say, okay, why are you terming it? Because we really feel the need to go on the journey of healing as women. We need to embody, we need to become light, we need to take out the pressure, the hate, the complaint, the means everything. And it's a journey. We are still working on it. We are not saying that we are perfect, but we say that we are on a journey to our own wholeness, because wholeness is really very important for every human being and also for a woman. So today is a very unique day, in the sense that we will be taking on up a topic that is very 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 sensitive, in the sense that women, we find a lot of women debating, arguing, and not trusting their capacity and capability enough. And today we have with us, who will be speaking with us, Olabisi Adesola is our speaker for tonight, and she will be taking us through her own story of leadership. And the topic tonight is that I felt unqualified but willing. It's the story of a woman as she journeys through leadership. Olabisi Adesola will join us too. And but before Olabisi joins us, um, uh, I want us to look at why leadership is a very important aspect of everyone's life. And you would say, oh, is it possible for someone to say we can't all be leaders? But actually we are all leaders, because the first place where you start your leadership journey is in leading yourself. For anyone who is able to lead himself or herself, if you're able to lead yourself, you're definitely ready and prepared for what? For leadership as a journey. And leading yourself means you are able to understand yourself. Your knowledge or your awareness about who you are is very important. And the way you guard, carry yourself in society and in all that you do is very, very important. So I'll be bringing on our our guest for tonight, Olabisi, as she joins us. So, but have you, as a woman, ever felt, being in a position where you felt unqualified? I say to myself, while I was actually uh, thinking on this topic, I said to myself, I said, oh, I don't think I've ever had cause to not feel qualified for any position. But really, it got me thinking, and I thought through not just my personal life, I thought through my work life, my professional life, and for someone who, welcome, ma.
Yeah, good evening.
Well, thank you so much. I'll be with you in a minute. So for someone who plied her trade, or as a professional in a male-dominated sphere, in a male-dominated industry, I want to say that I had the issue, or I had a major um, issue with stamping my foot down in leadership. I practically struggled with being a leader in a male dominated environment, because I felt that the men, I needed to do extra. I needed to do more than the men to feel qualified or feel worthy of being of leadership or being called their leader. And there were a lot of mistakes that I made also. That was because most of those mistakes were because I didn't actually understand how to first of all lead myself, and in leading myself, understand how to lead human beings, and not necessarily being specific about gender. Because as a leader, if you're able to understand yourself, or well, have a very strong self-awareness, it makes the whole leadership journey worthwhile. Welcome once more. Thank you so much. Our speaker is here, and I want to actually put it out. Our speaker is the secretary and also patroness of this initiative. And I want to say, who better to have on this seat than she? So welcome, Olabisi Adesola. Welcome, ma.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's another time of that week when we come around to discuss. And this evening before me is more or less like me telling my story. But then it's going to be more of interaction, asking questions, and it's going to be a response. So I welcome everybody once again. Thank you all for tuning in. Please, let's take note as we continue in the program. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it there. I'd like to say a big thank you to the founder of this initiative, Rosemary. Thank you for this great opportunity. And I've been given a topic that I felt unqualified but willing. A woman's journey into leadership, my story. Invariably talking about my story. When I received it, I was impressed. I really was thrilled by the topic, and it's something I wanted to really dive into. But then there are some key points that I need to abide by or to speak by. And then those topics, I will be picking them, and I'll be explaining briefly before we go into the question and answer section. So once again, I welcome everybody. Hope we are having a wonderful time. Hope the situation of the global world economy is not eating anybody. I trust that we are all doing well. So,
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. Quite an introduction. So, Ma, see, tonight, like we told you, is a Q&A session. We are now going to meet, not a teaching session, because we want to maximize tonight to ask a lot of questions. We want to ask the questions that are probably in our own hearts. We want to ask you so that you can, through your own experience, help that woman out there who feels who feels she's not qualified. So while we ask our questions, you are free to throw in, your points and everything. But Ma, please permit me to start with our first question. So I have about 15 questions here. So you can see how
okay.
busy tonight is. You can see how tonight is. But please, to all our audience, to that woman watching, I welcome you all tonight. Please kindly throw in, drop your questions in the comment section as you listen to our guest speaker tell us, her journey into leadership. If you have any questions you want to ask her, kindly drop it, and we'll definitely pick it up, and as soon as we see it. Okay, thank you so much, Ma. Like I said, it's a question and answer session. So
Okay.
to start with this tonight is it. Take us, just share briefly, you know, the story of how you unexpectedly found yourself in a leadership position.
Well, it's not something I was prepared for. All through my journey of life, I never, let me not say I never foresee it. Because in my business, I run a school. So running a school and having students under you is also a leadership position. But these are things I didn't prepare for. It's not something that I foresee. It's something that I grow into suddenly. And it's not as if it destabilized me, but you know, when you are new in a place or in a level, you want to shiver a little and then before you start, you know, doing it right. So nobody is born leader. We all are born here on earth and we start growing up and then we decided, well, I mean, we started seeing what life has to play into our life or how we play into life. So why growing up, I was there as a wife. Education was not straight direct like that. Before I could get my first degree, I think I was age 35. So I already had my second baby, not thinking of childbearing again. So the education was not smooth like that. And then I lived in doubt. I had self-doubt about myself. I had this identity crisis. I really don't know what my purpose or my vision is in life, but I just find myself doing what I feel could produce or yield income for me. So anything I know that can give me keep me going, I do it and I do it diligently. So I can say that after my certificate course ACCA, I think after that or before I even graduated my ACCA, I got married. And that's not married with the mindset and intention that no, I will keep working and I really want to be a chartered accountant because I love accounting as a course and that was what I was doing before I got married. So after marriage, at a point, I lost my job. And shortly before I lost my job, I already have a child coming on the way. So I got the baby, I gave birth to my baby. So the previous place where I was working, they came back to call me back to job, to work. But I knew going back there was not a good idea. I tried, looking for job, but as God will have it, I didn't get a job. I went into business, and there's no business I did not do. So I did solo business, and look at my journey. And today, I won't have even, if someone has told me that by now or today I will be in the place of leadership, I will say no, no, because I feel unprepared, I feel unqualified, I feel I felt while coming up, I felt I don't have a purpose, neither do I have a mission. So I was just living what life throws at me, and I keep doing all I could do. But one thing I can tell you for free, I was not idle. I hate idleness. I keep working. I hate idleness, but I don't really have a vision. If there's any vision in my mind while growing up, is a vision to own my own catering school, my own catering outfit, and which to an extent I was able to achieve it, but still trusting God to still be more established and grounded in it. So it wasn't as if I was prepared. No, I was not prepared at all. And if you ask me, I feel unqualified even when I got to that leadership role. But I was patient. I didn't allow anything take me by surprise. I don't. There are times when, while growing up, there are times that I am not confident of myself. I'm a baker. Many times I've finished baking cake. To me, I feel the cake is not of standard. I condemn, I criticize myself. I'm not comfortable, or I'm not confident enough to own what I do. I have self-doubt a lot that I fought with for a very long time. I get easily, I get easily, how do I put it now? You know, I don't, when people criticize me, I quickly withdraw. I quickly feel bad at the feedback of people towards what I do. So if you now say me at the end of leadership, I'll just tell you, I'm not cut out for it.
Thank
But
you so
see,
much,
I said
Ma.
it. It's all right.
Thank you so much, Ma. You practically you're practically taking about 5 questions from my question already.
Okay now.
Okay. Now, the journey to the okay. I asked you. I said, what does not take us through? The journey through the leadership. Now, let me now ask you. There are several when you were talking to us, the several things you said, and I could pick out will I say imposter syndrome. I could pick out some that imposter syndrome. Well, should we say that this imposter syndrome has something to do with your childhood, your upbringing, this you not having confidence, you not being bold enough, to give yourself grace, to believe in yourself. But are we going to say that it has something to do with your childhood experience or your upbringing? Does it does it in any way affect uh, you, or did it really? Apology. Did it really in any way affect you and the way you see yourself?
No, I won't say that. I will say is something within, it's me. It has to do with me. It has to do with, it's an individual thing, because while growing up, when I'm at home, I can say anything I want to say to anybody. At least my elder ones, I'm so free. I talk to them. I express myself. Even at times I can be rude, but when I go outside, it's like like when you feel that in the outside world one can easily be consumed, when you don't have that boldness and self-confidence, you don't, it has to do with you not having not believing in yourself. That is the word. Not believing. I don't believe in myself when I'm out there like I do now. So while growing up, that self-confidence was not really there. But I started building it gradually. And the moment I enter into marriage, it's like the whole thing went down again. I found
Thank you so
myself,
much, ma. Sorry,
yeah,
thank you so much, ma. Because I want us to be able to touch on, a lot of questions, and we have not even gone into the main question now. Now, back to, you saying that at home, you had, as a child growing up, you were confident, you felt that comfort with your family member, but you had fears, facing the outside world. So it takes me back to one thing I used to tell my one of my children rather. I used to tell a boy, I used to tell him one thing because most times I find that he's very bold, he's very daring,
yes,
he's very free and all that when he's inside the house. But from even within the siblings, any wrong they do to him, he tries to he starts to cry and tries to feel oppressed, tries to feel that he's not being given um, you know, time to or space to be himself. So one day I told him, so I said, if you cannot bear, the pressure coming from just within your family, the world is filled with lions and tigers, and they do not show mercy. So why not build, a mind to want to always stand for yourself. So this which takes me to my next question. Let us know now. Yes, there are different aspects of leadership, but in your situation now, give us tell us about the leadership that position over you, the leadership you actually went for that made the difference that you felt you were not prepared for, but suddenly it was thrown at you. Please share with us. Thank you.
okay. The major one that I know that was thrown at me was to be the branch pastor of my parish. And it wasn't really thrown at me though. For me, if I really want to decline, I can easily do it. But at that point, it was like nobody to fit. It's just okay. Don't let me be that. Don't let me go to that extent. So it's just like there is a vacant position and nobody is coming in to fill it. So what do we do? For a whole year, there was nobody to fill the post, and I've just been doing it, not officially, but doing it to fill in for the person that will come and take up the position. But eventually, nobody was coming up, and the leader there then was like, "See, you have the capacity, you have all it takes. I don't know why you are not doing this." So I just yield to it, and I enter the uh, into the position. But by the time I was entering into the position, I was already doing it for a year. For over a year, I was already doing it. Even though while doing it, I still feel imperfect, I still feel unqualified, but the boldness is there, the confidence is there, the ability to operate at that capacity was there. And it's not a inbuilt thing. It's not that I read for it. It's not that I went to school for it. It was just a grace that I was enjoying at that point. But then I developed on it. That was it. I developed on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know that it came. I for one, I'm just so that takes me to our next question. Um, when leadership came knocking, did you feel ready, or you simply chose to be willing?
I was not ready. I was not ready at all. If you ask me that question, I was not ready. Do you know something about a leadership commitment? A leadership role is something that's 50% of your time can be, can be buried to that position that you don't really have a breathing space of your own self. But as how we have it, is a leadership role that is not really, time consuming like that, but it still consumes my time. It still take part of my time. It's something that is, you need all the commitment you can give it. There is no time you are called upon that you say you are not ready or you are not prepared. No, there's nothing like unpreparedness. You just have to be up and ready. Then all you can also do is to build on the capacity or the ability that is at your disposal. And how do you do that? You read books. If you need to go back to school to polish your leadership skill, please do. If you need to go through training, do. Anything that can boost and make you a pro on your leadership role, please take advantage of it and do it. Like I
Thank you.
know one thing I know, sorry,
No problem. Go
one
ahead.
thing that I know about me is that before then, not that I can't read, but commitments to read. I feel I have that ability for physical engagement more than me reading and the rest. But the leadership role has brought me to and compelled me to just have to embrace reading more than ever before.
Oh, this is amazing. Now, one of the challenges of leadership is managing people. You know, that one of the aspect of leadership that that scares me, let me put that way, as a person, is managing people. Because, people are not like, they are not toys. They are not,
Tools,
you don't have control over people. You
yes.
only have to learn to relate to people. And there are also there are possibilities that in all that you try to do to make people work with you and be with you, and you work together and manage conflict and everything. You will still find out that it is not easy managing all people. So I want to ask you, what was the biggest fear you had to overcome at the beginning of, when you just took over this leadership position? What was the biggest fear you had? Like I told you, mine was just, mine is really managing people. So that is one of the biggest fears that I have. So what for you? What was it that was a major fear?
My biggest fear was the fact that we coming together to put weekly programs together and seeing it run successfully was my major challenge. And it's not as if it's out of it. I'm not out of that challenge. I still like look forward to, when you need to gather people and people are not just there. You have done all you need to do. You have prepared it, set the table by yourself, or you are just asking them to come eat and come have a wonderful experience. And you have to be panting. Oh, how will it look like? But for some time now, I've just off that on God. I may have pulled that garment on the fact that whatever happens, it's just going to be a glorious time. It's just going to be a wonderful time having these people around. Now, one thing I must tell you this about people, from my experience, I realized that, see, let the people be up to 1,000, 2,000. I don't have fear about coordinating people. There is nothing anybody from my own experience of life or about life. See, criticize me from today to tomorrow. It doesn't move me. Do anything at me, challenge me, talk down on me, criticize my leadership role. It doesn't reduce who I am today, because that's the confidence I now have that there's nothing anybody can do or say about me that can reduce who I am. I can only look at what they are saying and become better, pick my mistakes and make it better. But that I will be afraid to coordinate people. I don't think I have that, because one thing I now work or operate in is that ability to coordinate people. So I don't have that fear. Why? Based on my experience, based on my 25 years of experience of life, and it has really done or made or brought out the best in me and giving me that understanding that there are some capacity and um, there are some capacity I can actually operate with without stress.
Thank you so
Hope
much.
I answered
No,
the question. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, you're just meant to answer it to your own, within your own experience. And thank you so
Okay.
much. Now, it is generally in our, let me say, in our African setting, there's this push against, giving a woman a leadership position. And usually it's always that, oh, once you allow a woman to lead, she's going to become arrogant. She's going to become, full of herself. And also, there are also other things that say, oh, no, a woman cannot manage, a leader cannot manage leadership. Women are too emotional. Everything she'll be doing will be emotion centered. And but I have come to understand how our personality as human beings, not per se gender related, has a lot to do in what how we handle leadership position. I for one am someone who is very firm, very tough. I'm one you will call my personality you call a challenger. I'm a mixture of both a challenger and an avoider, in the sense that I'm a challenger and I want to get things done and get it done that when it should be done, and and not have to waste time. And then if I encounter any opposition that I feel that will bring to the death of what needs to be done, I am very quick to quickly find a way around that person, and get that thing done. However, in the journey that working as a project manager, I have learned how important it is to be a servant leader. So for you, ma, how has your personality helped in your leadership position? How has your personality helped in your leadership position? Thank you.
When it comes to our personality, some things make up our personality. And do you know that as an individual, no matter the personality we have, based on experience or based on what we have been through in life, it tends to change. When I see a leader that is full of arrogance, that you cannot control, I feel that leader is an immature leader. But when you come across a mature leader, there is nothing you say to such leader that gets the leader offended. I'm not saying that leaders cannot really be offended. They can. But it has to get to a limit. And everybody will know of a doubt that no, this one has gone beyond. And as a leader, you don't stop growing. You keep growing, you keep learning. The only thing that is constant about human being is change. So we keep changing. So maybe before now, if I've been in this if I enter into this leadership role before now, I don't know. Maybe I can put up some attitudes that are not right. But as a leader right now, I'm down to earth. I can say that practically, down to earth, willing to learn, open to learn, to learn from anybody. So my personality is not in any way working against the leadership role that I'm in. Though some are saying, "Oh, she's too soft," but when I need to be firm, I'm firm. I'm not just there. I still stand my ground when I need to. But before I get to that bus stop, I give everybody the room to fly, the room to express themselves, but not to now, you know, trample upon the authority that is given unto me, or want to take hold of the authority and, turn it around. No.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much,
I'll be
ma'am.
able to answer here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Like you answered it big on. For me, I for one believe that there is a balance in everything. So balance in the sense that you the people I'm working with as a leader are supposed to ensure that they also play their part and not frustrate the grace of the leader. And don't expect me to always overlook two things when you have failed to do your part. So we
Right,
must all work together to ensure that whatever it is that we are we're doing works. Now this takes me to another question. Please, our audience, please drop your question if you have any. Please kindly drop your question. And we have Olabisi Adesola with us, sharing with us as a woman who you know found herself occupying a leadership position that she had not, that she did not actually plan or prepared for. So my question is, are there been moments, when you question whether you were the right person for this assignment? Share with us, give us, examples or times where you felt you questioned yourself, you doubted yourself, and how did you navigate, those moments?
ah. There have been times I doubted myself, severally. Especially, you know, when um when my marriage was about when the issue of my marriage started, that really, really made me feel, can I really continue this? Can I, I was bothered, I was troubled. I felt the position of my leadership position, I don't want it affecting other people's life. You know, there is a saying that says what flows from the head will come down to the body and the rest, and that no, one way or the other, what is happening in the life of a leader can affect the followers. And so that was at that point I felt it so hard, but I just allowed myself to go through the process to understand the fact that human being, you have no say over the life of anybody. Human being are adults and individual entity that knows and understand what they want for themselves. So nobody can stand up and say, hey, it's because the life of this person is like this, that's why I also emulate it. No. Whatever any man does with his or her life, the person is responsible for the decision and the choices they make. So I shouldn't feel that because this is happening in my life, it will automatically happen in other people's life. No. So, but I really struggled with it a long time before I could brace up to understand that, yeah, it has happened, but anybody that is under my leadership can never be a victim of that without they themselves permitting it. Do you understand what
Mm,
I'm saying? So that
yes,
is my major, yeah, that was my major time when
thank you
I
so much.
was
And I must say that I must really appreciate you for giving that, for sharing that example with us, because it is very easy to feel that condemnation or that questioning, especially if you say to yourself, oh, but the Bible said this, the Bible said this, and then you are already at that moment going through, your divorce and all that. I want to really say that I want to really salute your strength, and I commend. I commend the time, the grace with which you move through
uh,
those
thank
times.
you.
Well done, ma. Okay.
Yes.
Um, Another question. Um, what personal sacrifices did leadership require of you, and were they worth it? Looking when you look back, what experience do you now realize that your the position that is being used to prepare you for leadership? What experience? So okay, let me paraphrase it. What personal sacrifice did leadership require of you, and were those sacrifices worth it?
If I understand what you're saying very well, you mean the sacrifices are paid
Yes,
as a leader?
yeah, and were they
Um,
worth it?
eh,
Mm.
I can't. For me, I can't really mark my script. Why? You see, if you are a person under authority, no sacrifice should be too much to pay for your post as a leader, and you will feel, oh, I'm doing too much. Why? Because, like, my own leadership role now is unto the Lord, not unto any man. I don't want to come to that direction, but I need to come to this direction so that we all can understand where I'm coming from. And that is how it should also be in any area or wherever we find ourselves, in the circle, in our circular jobs, in whatever business we are doing. We should work it like we are doing it unto our creator, not unto the person that is our leader. Because if we need to do it unto the person that is our leader as a human being, we will fail. We will become hypocritical. So throughout my own journey and the sacrifice I have paid, I just own it that this one only God, only my creator can reward me, not even any man.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
There was something I told someone. And that was and what I told the person. I said, "Oh, that the person asked, oh, but that the way that she liked the way that was at my place of work, that she liked the way I do the teaching job, the work I do presently.
Yeah.
But I told her that I worked in civil engineering in construction. I said yes. She said, oh, how are you able to find it so easy to do? So I started the fact that I had prior experience. I also want to say that to her that in whatever it is I do, I like to put my best to it because I believe that the way you do a thing becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of you, and if you're not careful, you would not even know when you start giving poor service or you start living below your capacity or capability because you have over the years watered down the quality of what you are giving to what you have been assigned. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
let's rush over some of the questions because I want you to help us answer some of these questions. I know what qualities do you believe are more important than educational qualification when it comes to leading effectively? What
Come
qualities?
again.
What qualities? What qualities as a woman do you
Uh,
think are more important than academic qualification when it comes to leading effectively? As a woman
please,
who is in a leadership position, what qualities do you think are more important than educational qualities, academic qualities, in leading
num-
effectively? Yes.
number
Nobody
one
can help
quality,
you. Yeah.
number one quality that I can say is that one should be selfless. You need to be selfless when it comes to leadership role. Aside from your academics, aside from your qualification, aside from your intellectual capacity, you need to be selfless, and then don't feel that you are doing anybody good. You are not doing anybody good. You are doing yourself good. If you are a leader, you find yourself at the helm of affairs anywhere, just see it as a training ground for yourself and and an opportunity to impart life. So you must also have the ability to impact people positively, not negatively. So These are qualities that one needs to have: patience, long suffering, love, and be full of joy. Allow joy to reign in the hearts of people. Make sure when people are around you, they can feel the joy, the life, the freedom, liberty, ability to be accessible. Don't make yourself one high and mighty person sitting in one that cannot be approached or that cannot be speak or express their feelings to. No, make yourself accessible and let everybody have a free access to you and be free to talk to you like they are talking to a friend. I hope I've been able to answer the question.
Thank you so much, Ma. I do really appreciate your response. When you mentioned love, loving, having love for people, the people that you work with, who you are leading, is very, very important, because if you don't really have that love for the people you are working with, it can be discouraging, when challenging times come. Thank you so much for that, clarity, as to what we need aside educational qualification. In these times already, even in the workplace, in the secular setting, now one thing that is, aside asking you for your technical abilities, now every, one is now looking out for what soft skill, critical thinking, compassion, empathy. That is what is being harnessed now, even in our work environment, because you are not a robot. You can't be all technical.
Uh,
Technical abilities that no kindness, no empathy in you. Thank you so much. So, what advice would you give to women who have been thrust into leadership through unexpected circumstances? What advice will you give to women who have been thrust into leadership, you know, through unexpected life circumstances? What advice, share from your own experience?
my advice to women that find themselves in a leadership role is they should just be calm. When they are given that leadership role, they should be calm and learn what is expected of them. They should pick up that portfolio and understand what is expected of them on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Understand that role very well, because one of the things I was unable to, one of the things I was unable to coordinate and initially were some roles that was expected of me. At the point, there are some that will just look like, this one is getting too much now. So that's why I said you should just calm down, go through your responsibility, your role, go through your portfolio, understand it, digest it before you begin to act on whatever leadership capacity or role that you have been given. And then if you need to educate yourself more regarding that leadership role, so that you can give your best, and not just your best, give it in a professional level. Please engage yourself in that academics or in that education that you need to function very well. And if you need to read a book or you need to read books, read wide to understand what is expected of us, of you, please feel free to do so. Then now coming to your attitude and character. For every leadership role that is put in anyone's hands, that is not the time to load yourself on people. That is not the time, or that power is not the power given to you to injure and to be brutal to people. No, it is a position and a power to be selfless and share and make people understand the importance you have come to play in their lives. Be willing to impact lives. Be willing to leave a legacy. Be willing to leave an impact that will linger in the heart of many, even after you are out of that post. That people will remember you and be happy that, oh, this person crossed my path. It's not the time to now put up your shoulder and begin to walk in pride. Leadership role is not a pride role. Leadership role is a role that you walk with in humility, not with pride, not people serving you, but you serving them. It should be a position where you come to serve, not to be served. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've all been listening with rapt attention. I have, and I have, when you hear people share, their story in the journey of leadership, it further helps strengthen your own, journey. I want to, something. A question I want to ask is, you in the capacity that you occupy presently as, a branch pastor, that is the leadership position that is major. You have men working with you. In fact, I believe your assistant is a man. So, and there is this unnecessary tension, unnecessary. Well, I call it unnecessary because I feel that if there is communication, there is understanding. We should not Gender should not come up when it comes to carrying out our leadership function. But for those who feel that no, oh, they say a man will always want to be a man. A man will always want to show his power. Want to the ego will also always want to pop up. How have you been able to, be in this role and work with, the men?
Well,
How do you-
if I can say this here, I would like to say the fact that, in fact, I have more men than I have women. I have more men in that are working alongside with me than women. And one thing I try to do, see, marriage is way different from job or from social gathering or religious gathering. When it comes to gathering like that, we all are equal before each other. So for me, I don't see that there's segregation. I don't see. In fact, I work with men like I'm working with ladies, and it's even easier to work with men than with women. But one thing I make it easy for me, even the women that are under me, I try to work with them like I'm working with my friend. I don't see all of them I don't see them as my subordinates. I see them as, we are on the same cadre. So we relate like that. It's not that there is this organ subordinate. No, really, no way. I didn't allow that. I did not allow that. We talk like we are all together in it. I carry them along, so we do it together. Even when we don't have a pre-program for a service, once we get there and we begin to appoint one another, we all work like we're a team. Not that someone is superior to the other. So I think that is what has helped me.
Thank you so much, man. Like I mentioned earlier, servant leadership. Understanding that you are a leader, but you're also a servant. So
But
you are always collaborating in everything you do. It helps. I have come to understand that it helps ease a lot of confrontation. And when you said that it is easier to work with men than to work with women. I don't know why that is, but sincerely and honestly, that has also been my experience. I find it so easy to work with men.
but you
No, no, maybe it's because
once uh,
they
once women
sometimes
want
allow
to once they want to bring up their attitude, I ignore. I throw my face away. I don't give them that attention.
okay,
That's
man.
just it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So far, it has been very, conversational, and we're all learning. I really appreciate you for doing this. Thank you so much. And I believe also that one woman out there, even if it's just for a woman to be bold enough to come out, to take up that leadership position, I want you to learn this night that see, there is more. in you to offer. So I have, before we call it a day, please, how can women overcome the fear of stepping into leadership because they don't feel good enough?
Uh, like I said when I was talking about myself and my story, you know, people don't know what they can do until a position is placed in their hands. There is a proverb in my language that says that, see, when a man is not rich, his attitude is someone else's attitude. But the moment in which his authority is put in the hands of a man, you begin to see the true color of that person. Know yourself, understand yourself, and then let's begin to work with this mindset that when you are a leader, you are not to come and subdue people. You are to come and make life better for people. You are to come and bring out the best in people. You know, we are colonized,
Mm.
and I think to a large extent, colonization is still seen in our way of leadership in this country or in African country at large. And it has to do with the leader's mindset. You won't go to school and they will teach you how to work or be a leader. No, to be a good leader is an intentional thing. Just think about it this way. If someone is a leader over you, what do you expect that leader to do to you? The way you want that leader to relate with you, that is how we should go into leadership position and relate with people. Do to people what you want them to do to you. So if you want to be in the leadership position, or you are opportune to be a subordinate under a leader, how do you want your leader to treat you? If you have an answer to it, then as the table turns around and you become the leader, please do what you know you'll be pleased with. Don't maltreat people. Don't use your leadership position to destroy life. Use your leadership position to make life better for people, and don't frustrate people. Then be humble and come into leadership with a mindset to serve, not to be served. I said that earlier. So please, I encourage you as women out there that, see, we should serve with having in mind that the people you are leading are like your babies. Do you know how we treat baby? How we do everything for baby. That is how you should come into the leadership. So that when some people are acting up, they don't get to you. You look at them, oh, it's my baby. And maybe he doesn't understand that aspect. Make people understand. Teach people. Impart them. And you will see the best of people coming out. And you know, at a point, if you get to a point, they won't even want you to step aside. They will just want you to continue to be their leader because you have been a good leader. Let's be a good leader. Let's be good to people.
Thank you so much. I know that I definitely took you unaware because you are prepared, but I want to say thank you that, see, the way the whole thing is going has done, well, let me be selfish now, has done me good, and I'm seeing, another side to you that I've not seen before. So let me wrap up. I have two questions remaining, but one of the questions is like two in one. So, how do you continue to lead with grace while carrying your own personal burden? And then, what has been your greatest joy and your greatest lesson as a woman in leadership?
Ah, the first one is heavy, but you know, no man is perfect. I remember there was a time I was trying to share my testimony, and I didn't know when I broke down in tears. You know what someone came to tell me after the program of the day? Ah, why were you crying in church now? Ah, I don't like that. You want everybody to know what you are going through, this and that. I just look at the person. Is it a crime to be to be yourself before the people that you lead, I don't think it's a crime.